Yes, people, this is it. I want to welcome, good night and welcome to everybody. You know, as I told you last week, we was going to have a guest tonight and we want to welcome Krystle. But me and my man, Adrian Green, we are proud to start this new blog that we're here focusing on. And I won't keep it too long because, you know what I mean, people feel, I get a couple of requests, people saying, but like, oh, well, it might not be as effective and stuff like that, but it all depends on the mood of the videos. That's how we can flip it, you understand? But tonight we are really dealing with nothing that I would consider that I go get real harsh with. But as time go ahead, John knows what's going to happen. But I want to welcome Krystle and my man Adrian Green to the show. Hey, boy, you be ready, boy. You looking things like things like pepperish.
Show number 1.1.
Yeah, that's 1.1. If that we was in James Bond, we be James Bond 001.
008.
No, 001.
001?
Yeah, we be 001.
Okay, well, I'm proud to have Krystle Howell as our first guest. So if you don't know who Krystle is, Krystle, you came to fame when you drop a big bomb on social media with the Auditor General's report for 2015. So first of all, tell the people out there what the Auditor General's report is, for anybody who ain't really know.
Okay. The way that you will keep track of how the economy is performing is through a set of statements called financial statements. It's tell you what we got, what we ain't got, what we owe people, all of them kind of things in there.
And when you say we, you mean
Barbadians.
Right, okay.
So what we taxpaying dollars is get spent on, who it is that we owe in Barbados, how much money people owe the government, everything in there. What the Auditor General does, if you, Bajanfari, say that you got $500, I can't just tell you word that you got $500. You feel a little better if a professional come and tell me, like a bank, come and bring a statement and say, yeah, he got $500 ain't true. Right. So that's what the Auditor General is supposed to do. He's supposed to be that independent person who will come and tell you, you know what the government put in these financial statements, them correct. Right. Now, for the last however many years, the Auditor General was saying that these financial statements going real enough errors and not a little bit of errors, things that's substantial, huge, and they need fixing. Okay. And for years in the financial industry where I sort of kind of got one little toe dip in. Right. Nobody, the only people that was listening is economists and accounts people, business people. But the rest of Barbados really wasn't paying attention because I guess it...
Me for one, I didn't know.
They don't know, right. And who know don't care, right. And who care can't understand because most people just kind of seem like they're talking over your head. Yeah. So I just decided, you know what? Instead of waiting for somebody to come and explain this here in a way that the regular Bajan can understand, I can take a crack at it. Right. I did not expect that so many people would have responded because the fear is, again, you think that you may be explaining something in a down-to-earth way, but you ain't really getting through to people.
It's true.
So I was glad that people were able to see the report, understand what's going on, and finally start taking an interest because it impacts everybody.
So in a down-to-earth way, the government has lost hundreds of millions of dollars foolishly.
Yes, pretty much.
And this is not something that just happened.
No, this is BLP, DLP, everybody P-time.
It's across administrations, across parties.
Yeah.
So we're looking at some of the numbers here. We're talking of one company that now gone through the edits owing $950,000. Another company owing $2 million. Another company owing $5 million. I started small, yeah.
All right.
$5 million, right up to $120 million and by one company.
You say who?
101 company.
Oh, you bought $120 million a year. They tell my brother that they want $5 and he was getting all real. Oh, you. Nobody, anyone.
You asked for too small.
There you go.
You asked too small.
You got
ask big.
You got to go big.
Oh, okay. I better can work on our next week. Yeah. So, my name might be in the Auditor General report for 2018, man.
So how you get to borrow $120 million? What is going to do?
You got to be bigger. You got, first off, you got some reason why these people need to lend you this kind of money. And
why they need to lend me that kind of money?
I don't want to speak out of turn, but you don't lend out this kind of money without an agreement because the majority of these things that we here looking at, for sure all the ones that come on in the Auditor General report that in DLP time, none of them may have an agreement.
None of them?
None.
And when you say they had no agreement, what do you mean?
If they had one, they can't find it.
They had a contract, they had a paperwork.
Nothing that nobody in the Auditor General office could find.
So it's like if Farai lend me $100 and come back in a matter of months and say, man, I want green, I want my money.
Some of these things is outstanding for years.
And I tell you, I can't remember lending you that.
And that's the end of it.
$100 we talking about?
And how you going to foresee to be able to give you it back?
Right.
So then you try to say basically they ain't got nowhere. These people, as soon as you could track this money and say, like, oh look, this particular company owe money. You know,
But how you gonna prove it?
Adrian Greenport, your company owe, like we say, $50,000. But you could track it, but they ain't got nobody out there in the government that could go out there and actually do the same job that you doing, because you doing it from a point of view of just a concerned citizen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And looking out for other people that don't realize. Because like I tell you, when I first saw the video, when she started to call these numbers, I said, she's serious? I remember the comment, you remember the comment I made that you like, I was like, yo, what you're saying, I get you out this here right now. I think you're going to jail. You know, child money, everybody, like, I could not believe the numbers that she was calling that. I was like, a lot of this money could be used to help Barbados out of the difficult economic stance that we in right now.
But the issue seems to be dead though, because the report gone. It was in the newspapers before you brought it up on social media. I know the issue seems to be, you don't really hear nothing about it no more. This is a dead issue now.
The media has actually been putting more of these things in the open than I've seen before. I've seen, especially with the national housing, I've been seeing a lot of things in Barbados today where they're commenting on the things that are reported in the Auditor General's report, the fact that nobody responding to it. And just as a point of clarification, because I know there's some people that say, man, these are small numbers. These only sound big to we because we ain't accustomed to this kind of money.
I definitely ain't accustomed.
But once you pass 50 grand, you beat me bar right there.
But what I need to point out, as long as it met the Auditor General report, it's significant. These are professionals that sit down and calculate based on the financial statements what is considered significant.
So the Auditor General is not just one person, eh?
He's the person that's in charge of that office. Is Lee Trotman.
Right, okay.
He's the head man.
Okay.
He has staff.
Staff.
Yeah.
So, and they all can put all the information.
Correct.
And then he bring it up.
So as long as it in the Auditor General report, it's significant. So let nobody tell you that these are just big numbers we're accustomed to.
But you make a statement there on the video. You said that you don't know if you could do his job because you can't understand how it must feel to go through all these numbers and see all these problems.
Some of these things are on here for years.
And know that nobody ain't gonna take you on.
Nobody don't take you on?
I think Barbados go ahead in mafia. Mafia don't back a couple of caps. So bet you a lot of people be paying money next year. Yeah. No one gets it. Yeah. You owe the mafia money. They're telling somebody, listen, you know you owe the small shoes, belly some money. But you go pay. Oh, small shoes. Oh, back in the cap. You know the next week that money coming in. Because at that, the amount of numbers, like, give me just a rundown. Like,
all right.
Name 5. Give me 5. The top 5.
In total, if you just, and the Auditor General report ain't just about who owe government money. It reports on every single thing in the financial statement. So who government owe money to.
Yeah.
The fact that a lot of the money that we think that government owe is actually probably a lot more than you actually seeing in the financials. The projects that were going on. So you got that water authority project.
Yeah.
You're supposed to go a bidding process. How much of these projects actually went out to bid? And then out of the ones that went out to bid, how much only had one person bidding? And in the whole of Barbados, I find it hard to believe that only one person bidding on all of these significant projects.
So how much... These people usually say that only one person could come up, like, or that's like selling, or let me put it down to eBay. You got one, and you selling it on eBay.
Yeah.
And so much people on eBay.
But only one body bidding.
And they bid, and you know what, nobody ain't gonna go back and outbid the sell. But we come and say they can do it for 100 million.
And they're bidding small, they didn't start
low. The business was obviously gonna start bidding small. You know, you gotta put like, they got a cap on these things, or like the least amount you could bid, or they don't have anything like that.
That is the problem. There's really no transparency to show me how this bidding processes even work. So out of these 7 bids, the 7 projects that the Auditor General report on last year, only they had 2 projects that ain't had tendering at all.
And the boy bid, man.
That the body just get it, and the other 5, only one body bid. So it's pretty much saying the same thing.
So, but all right, this is business as usual. From what you understand. We talking as though this is something shocking, but really and truly, this is business.
This has been normal. Going on for years.
This is how things are done.
Yeah.
Right. Does anybody care?
If Bajans don't care, then the government will be able to continue to do as they like, and private entities will continue to be able to do as they like. It ain't one without the other. It's all three people that need to come into play. As long as Bajans don't care, these private entities ain't gonna do nothing, because as far as they're concerned, people can still go Hilton and do whatever the God do. People can still play golf at Southern Golf.
Well, Needham's Point is Hilton, right?
Yeah.
And they had a
People can go and still play
$5
the
million
lotto.
loan.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
do what? $5 million to do what?
I don't know. Refurbished rooms? I'm not sure.
In total, for the Auditor General's report, all the total money that these people owe was $708 million.
$708 million worth of
$708
government.
million. See, next time you hear somebody telling you about them need a tax, a sweet drink tax to raise $5 million, and another way that they're going to dig in your pocket.
But the funny thing about not calling you, the funny thing about this sweet drinks tax, what that achieve, that's what we really want to know. You just raise the price of a drink by a quarter.
Yeah.
That's a quarter for people that don't understand what I know say. A quarter. You raise it by a quarter. People still buying the same sweet drinks. The boy even care that you raise. As a matter of fact, people buying it by the case now. And people like going by certain, like, you know, they go certain stores down here that got like sell them by the bulk. People can buy them by bulk and oh well, they cost more money in the store, so you can buy a bulk and keep home. So you want, what was your achievement? Oh yeah, highway robbery. But not highway, you get robbed on the highway, but you know, they hit your hand in your pocket.
Nah, I don't, yeah, man, that kind of thing is don't work to cut down consumption of the sweet drink,
No.
man.
A quart?
Because Bajans like
Nah,
sweet
they
drinks
don't
too
laugh at
much.
you. I meant for a quart.
So the problem ain't really the politicians then. The problem is we.
It is really and truly, it is
We
us.
got care
Because we
about
ain't care.
ourselves. Right.
And
We
as
got
much as you might talk, and some Bajans will say and speak out, as you would have mentioned earlier, even before we start the video, your environment might be active, might be talking, but it's not a reflection of what the Barbadian population feels or thinks. The Barbadian population might even feel as though, yeah, it's something important, but for somebody else to do something about.
That is exactly what we be talking about. They just be like, yeah, let me get down here, let me march, let me make sure these people know what we talking about. I get down there, my fool, let's say, yeah, boy, you be up, but these people at 9 o'clock, yeah, two people come with it, or good by the start of time.
There's a lot of fear.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fear though, because that same comment you said you made on her on her
Yeah, she spoke
Facebook
about the gun,
page
yeah.
about getting shoot or whatever.
No, I said about the gun jail. I said
Gun
about she
jail,
can get
you know?
locked up because she know revealed so much.
There's a lot of fear out there. Huh?
But that's but
They just
remember,
real frightened.
But you ain't the
asking
only
me-
person
but-
that made that comment. That had people private messaging me. You ain't frightened that somebody do you something and all.
You remember of a group? You have a group
Yes.
going on? What's the name of
I
the group?
started a group December 1st, Social Accountability and Education in Barbados.
Yeah.
And not just sharing the articles. What I try to do is to give my point of view on why this is important. Because a lot of times, the articles don't give all the information that you would need.
Which articles you talking about?
Most of the time it's something on Barbados Today, current issues.
All right, news articles.
News articles, and especially when it's something to do with the economy. A lot, if some of the information may be going over people's heads or they might not see why it's relevant. So I try to, and it's not just me. The group also consists of Jeremy Stephen, Dwayne Burke, and Colin Ford.
Well, you just said
And
something that really strike a chord to me though,
David
because
Simpson.
sorry,
Yes.
because a lot of what the economists say is go over my head, and
Yes.
I'm short.
Real, boy. They lost me to start the background, like, you know, this at this percentage and this point.
I
and
start
this,
getting the terminology that I don't understand.
1 and 1 is 2. And if you put 1 with long, say 1 is 11, try and cut out all these numbers. And that's what a lot of people
So it's hard to
thinking.
care if you don't understand what's going
Right.
on.
This
So-
is why trying to create a bridge, because as far as I'm concerned, economists have not exactly come up with ways to actually effect change. And we need to make sure that the groups that can effect change, the cultural artists, everybody else that's out there that probably got ideas that actually might make a difference, that they understand what the problem is first. Because you can't help fix something if you don't understand what it is.
It's true. Because that's like me trying to fix a plug and I'm an electrician and I wonder why it gets short. I mean, you have to turn off the power switch. But speaking on one of the members who ago, I actually was speaking about you in the shop where you work, and the CMM he calling on brass stocks, and it was like, yo, this you making a lot of sense. The man said, like, people just call, but this is the thing that he actually showed me that day too, because it's strange that sometimes you just find yourself listening to people that making sense, but then you also find yourself listening to people that make no sense. Some of the people that was calling, that was telling him all this thing, and like, oh yeah, but this and that. When he called and he started to break it down, the man on the radio was like, okay, go right ahead. Normally the man on the, I can't remember who was the moderator that day, but he was like, man, you know, he's gonna correct these people because they be talking all the time. But when Jeremy calling, it was a damn boy, homeboy making a lot of sense. And then they announced his name. I was like, oh shoot, we was now talking about actually, you know what I mean, about Krystle, and then he pop up. So it was something that was bound to happen. But that's the thing about learning. You can't go straight to university and never went to primary school. And that's what a lot of people, you know what I mean, a lot of the things that's happened and you speak on like the budget and all these things, it's go right over people's head. People only know me, there's the thing about agents. People know me saying cheap or when it's expensive. That's it. They don't know how it arrived there, but they just know like, look, that's it. And that's what a lot of agents got to get rid of. That's why I'm glad that Krystle started a group. And like for a man like me, even though like his comment on social issues, when I was listening to she, I was in primary school. I didn't know start influence here in she class. But I started to understand it quick. So I was in class 4. You understand? So she break it down in such a way that it made it simple. I want people to really go and check out what she be saying. Real talk.